Hello, it's Leontine from Little Lovely Crafts. It's been a while since my last video and I'm sorry about that. As many of you may know, I'm a teacher in the Netherlands and the schools have been closed since half of December. And I've been filming all of my classes so I can put videos on YouTube for my class. And it's been taking up a lot of my time, but I finally found some time and inspiration this weekend to make a card for my channel and I hope you will like it. I guess it's pretty obvious to see what inspired me to make this card. So I used the largest large stitch rectangle stackables on some Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I also die cut the center picture card heart add-on twice on this panel, as you will see in the video. I'm just eyeballing where I want to place those hearts. I'm just making sure that I'm putting the same distance between the edge of my card panel and the heart to make sure that it seems like I measured where I placed them. I'm sorry about my head being in the way. I moved my camera stand and it isn't where it should be. And now I'm going to work on the images. I stamped the girl and the computer with some Lawn Fawn jet black ink from Scream Time, and I also used the speech bubble I Miss You and I stamped that with some Merman ink from Lawn Fawn. And then I wanted to make the front of the computer as well, and of course there isn't a stamp as of yet. I did see something in a preview, so maybe it will come, but for now I decided to make it myself, and I did that by using that little mouse stamp from Love Poems, and I'm going to wipe off the ink from the edges and then I'm going to draw in the rest. And I'm just doing that with my pencil, and then I'm going over it with a Copic multi-liner. I wanted to make it look like the Zoom calls that I've been having each day with my students. So I'm drawing a line down the middle of the computer screen and I'm using a little bit of purple tape around the edges, and then I'm stamping the boy and the girl from Tiny Christmas on there. Once I finished stamping them, I touched up a few lines and then I can work on the desk. I know you're only going to see a tiny little bit of it, but I still wanted to have it in case it shows in my little heart cutout. I'm using the desk from You're Just My Type, and I'm going to alter it a little bit so it seems like my computer screen is actually standing on it. Now I'm going to use my Copic sketch markers to color my images. If you don't want to see it, I totally understand. You can just skip ahead to about 8 minutes in the video. I'm placing my caps on the table so you can see which colors I'm using. I'm going to die cut the images on the top, and I'm going to fussy cut the piece that I altered myself. Now I'm going to do some ink blending, and I wanted to go with purple tones today. I'm using shaded lilac and some wilted violet, Distress Oxide ink, and I'm blending them with 2 of my makeup brushes. And I should have gotten a little piece of scrap paper for 2 reasons. One, I folded my card panel accidentally. Oops. And the second reason is that my fingerprints are left behind in the ink. So that piece of paper will help with that as well. Luckily, both mistakes can be fixed. I'm going to place a little speech bubble on that fold, and I'm going to go over my fingerprints with some ink again. I'm using liquid glue to glue the images behind my little heart panel. And I noticed that my computer was kind of sticking out on the bottom, so I'm cutting off a little bit. I'm gluing the speech bubble "I miss you" right next to, well, me, the teacher. And I stamped a second one, and I'm going to die cut that one later on. I didn't think I would use it, but it was a perfect way to cover up that little fold I made while I was ink blending. I wanted to liven up my background, so I'm using this rainbow paper from the Really Rainbow Petite Pack, the 6x6 one, and I'm cutting it to 5.5 by 4.25. Now I'm using thin foam squares to lift up my front panel a little bit from my background paper, and I didn't use enough because when I was feeling around I noticed that some parts didn't have enough support, so I placed a few extra foam squares behind them with my tweezers. To make sure that my front panel and my background paper align perfectly, I'm going to use my Stamp Easy and just place it in the corner and then put it on top. And that's a nice trick I learned on YouTube. So here you see me putting some extra foam squares behind the pieces where I felt that they weren't supported enough. I'm gluing on that second speech bubble, and I'm going to put a piece of foam square behind each speech bubble as well. And I totally forgot to put some liquid stardust on my card panel, so I thought I would just cover up my colored images with those little heart cutouts, and then I could just easily flick on some of my liquid stardust mixed with water and just pick up the excess water with a paper towel. Now all I've got left to do is attach it to a card base, and my card is all done. It's a simple card today, but I still hope you really liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you next time. Stay safe until then. Bye!